Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, welcome, nice to meet you. My name is Amira and I make videos about creativity, positivity, and entrepreneur. Oh my god, I always find it so hard to say that. Entrepreneurship. If you haven't understand it yet, I will put it now. Anyways, so for today's video, I have something really fun. I'm going to share with you my journaling system. I do have a very complicated mini journal system, but it's not because I have a stationary notebook addiction, but it's really, well, it has to do with that, but also because every journal has its own purpose and there is like a system in there. And I wanted to show you this because it will give you some inspiration, but also some more insights on how you can use and develop your own journaling systems. Because at the end of the day, you can journal about everything. And I'm going to show you how. So let's get started. So I'm starting out with my most used journal, and it's this one. This is the Midori notebook, and it's actually my creative journal. This journal I use every week, and I post like most of my creative prompts, like prompts, for example, what gives me energy, things to buy, bucket lists. Most of my stationery, I actually use it in this book. So I started this journal back in April 2020, and I called it the happiness journal because I just feel like that I am in a part of my life where I'm actually genuinely happy and content deep inside of me. The reason I chose for the Midori notebook, it's because it's such from a good quality, you guys. It's so good. And also the papers always lay flat, which is super easy to work with. And this is actually a gridded notebook, which makes layouting stuff like that, like your stationery, so much easier. And it looks so much aesthetically pleasing when you use grid. I don't know how that is, but you should try it if you haven't already. The next journal I use is this one, and this is actually a diary. This is like literally a diary where I actually just write in it. I'm tell about my days, about my feelings. And honestly, to be like really honest, I only use this notebook when I'm really sad and I really want to talk about my feelings or about my day. Then I just write it in here and I feel like immediately like more relieved and more happy. That's why I never actually share any of it, because it's like super private and it's like nothing to share. There's like no creative stuff in there. Like I try to use my pen pal stickers here or like some happy stickers or something to decorate with, but it's not that you can see like something very crazy in here. It's just like really the date and my feelings and stuff like that. How I'm layouting things is like most of the time I would like say the date and what song I'm listening to, and then I'm just like writing about my feelings and my day and or something that I've learned that day. But honestly, most of the time when I'm reaching for this notebook, I am sad. It's actually a really beautiful notebook, to be honest. It has two sorts of papers, like one of a more gothic side and the other one is like more pinkish on the side, but that's for this notebook. I call this journal my little joy or joy. Why? Because it's my K-pop journal and I'm a huge fan of Red Velvet. Like actually my bias is Irene, but you know, to get the joke, I call it Joy because yeah, one member calls Joy in Red Velvet. Well, okay, anyways, it's not that funny, but I always call it that way. This is an A56 ring binder. I got this binder from AliExpress. Don't forget, I will be posting everything that I use. Everything you see in this video is linked down below, so it's for your convenience. I'm not gonna lie, but I think like I'm most proudest of this journal. It's K-pop and K-drama and like everything Korean stuff like that. It's in there and it's just like cute and I'm passionate about it, and just makes me so happy. When I watch a K-drama, I always like have a mini review, a mini spread about it. I always do like playlists or I stick around like some polkas that I got. So I just love it. I actually made this journal myself. I have a video on that. I will put it now, I believe in the right corner, if not left, but it's now on the screen. So I made like all the inserts myself. I printed them all, and I just love the outcome, and it's so easy, to work with, especially when you're really passionate about your group or whatever. It's just like, it's my K-pop journal. And this is not the only binder that I'm currently using. I'm also using this pocket binder that I made completely myself. It was actually an A5 binder, but I DIY'd it to a pocket journal, a K-pop pocket journal. I don't use this one that often because I still reach out more to my A5 journal because I find it easier, but I have a pocket journal when I actually want to make like small spreads, or I'm also planning to use it to stick in polkas or like official photo cards, but I'm still going to see how I'm going to use that. Another notebook that I actually made completely myself is this art journal. I made a full journal myself. I'm so proud of this again. I made it back in January 2020, and what this is actually a journal when I have a block. When I have like an art block, I always reach out for this journal, and I'm going to tell you why. Because first of all, I made it completely myself. I binded it myself, and when I think about this creative process, this process gives me inspiration to approach things differently. Also, this art journal is full of different medium paper, so you'll find watercolor paper, you will find drawing paper, but you will also find craft paper from different designs. You will also find like paper with only text on them, and the thing is that it should challenge me creatively, so I have actually to make it work or make it pretty or whatever it is. I am going to make that work. Most of the time I just take out a paper and I start doing my thing. I don't think like too much about it because that defeats the whole purpose. So I'm super happy with this art journal. Again, if you want a tutorial on this, just let me know and I will make one. My least used journal is this craft book. This craft book is full of brown craft paper, and I do make occasionally spreads on them, but if I do make spreads on them, it's like most of the time super big and it takes hours to make. And I also use different mediums. I also use like pressed flowers, pictures, envelopes. Sometimes I use my pen pal stuff in there, or I stick my art, but it's one I use less. This one is more when I'm feeling like I want to have a big canvas to work on, then I will reach to my scrapbook. I do use another Midori notebook, and this one I actually started especially for 2021. I call this journal Work on Yourself journal, where this is all about achieving my potential. It has everything to do with my career when it comes to YouTube, my freelancing career, but also my entrepreneurial journey that I am soon starting. The cover of this journal is actually a little bit special because it has 10 affirmations on it, and I have to read them before opening or using the note. Affirmations like, I choose prosperity over failure, I am prepared to work even harder to be successful. And also the cover is actually my visual board of 2021. You'll see some important pictures there that really represent how I want 2021 to look like career-wise. So I haven't used the journal a lot, but for now it has like all my YouTube ideas on there. The notebook itself is actually a plain notebook. Sometimes I draw, sometimes I use words, so it's kind of also a creative process in here. And last but not least, also my bullet journal for the new year. This is a Arthur and Olive bullet journal. I use the bullet journal to plan out everything when it comes to my personal life. For work, I do not use my bullet journal at all. I use a online Outlook calendar. But when it comes to my YouTube and freelance jobs and just, my personal things, I always grab my bullet journal for that. It's also where I keep track of my savings, books that I want to read, but also important data. And also I plan my whole YouTube schedule in my bullet journal. So I will always post a monthly plan with me, so that is also coming. So these are all the journals that I am currently using. I know these are a lot of journals, but every journal has its own purpose. For example, if I want to plan, that I'm going for my bullet journal. If I want to think about a creative process or personal growth, I grab my Work on Yourself Midori journal, like the plain notebook that I showed you. When I want a fast Kpop spread, I take my Kpop pocket journal. If I have more time, then I reach out for my A5 binder. And also, I feel like all these journals do have a purpose in my life, and I will store them when they are full. And after 10 years or something, I'm going open them and read them and see all the creations that I made, and then I have something to look back to. So that's a really beautiful thing. So I hope this video gave you some inspiration to also create your own journal system. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, because I am posting every week a new video. And see you the next time. Bye bye.